I promised a tour of our old beat up deck. Here we are at Blue Ridge Mountain Homestead. This deck has got to go.
Let's do this! Woo! Oh.
That sap.
What?
That sap.
Why is it smoking?
It could be because my seating is dull. It causes that kind of sap.
Stop! Oh, that's sap. Yeah.
Asthma.
So this is the pile of stuff we just took out. Oy. So this is the state of the deck right now, and it looks pretty bad, right? So the new deck is going to have a whole skirting system, and where I'm sitting right now is going to be a big extension. That's why we had to get all this out of here in preparation for that. So let me show you like the big issues with the deck. So this is the view from sort of the long view of the deck. I'm riding here on my golf cart, and it is very bouncy because this is our drain field, actually. So this deck has got a lot of issues. It's really just breaking down. I'm not a fan of the red either. As you can see as we pull up here, the lattice is totally toast. It looks terrible. It just looks really junky. If you look at these stairs, how terrible they are. They are an absolute mess. And also along here on the edge of the deck, it's just completely worn off. You can see there's like algae, the wood is like deteriorated. So some specific issues that are going on with this deck. For one, this handrail is not a real handrail. This is actually a shower rod put up here as a handrail. So I know this was probably a DIY deck. We have wood literally separating from the base. We have stuff like this going on. Look at how raggedy this wood looks. It looks terrible. Hi, big hole. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but this entire deck is bowing. And this is caused by an issue underneath the deck. And Eric's going to show you what's happening down there that's causing this. This railing came off. This was off when we bought it. It was leaning just like this. So we knew that there was a problem. But this bowing is pretty scary to walk on. In fact, if you look down here, you can probably see on the underside of the deck down here. When you step on this, it literally feels like you're going to fall through it. This is actually just attached to the vinyl siding. Yes, folks, the deck is not attached. It's attached to the vinyl siding. So we're currently moving my patio furniture, umbrella, barbecues off the deck, so it's ready for teardown. We're starting to get a little cooler weather here on the homestead. Fall is going to come in soon, and everything's going to change. The light, the rain, the cold, everything.
All right, we're under the deck here doing a little inspection here. This is the area where the deck meets the kind of like the basement, so to speak. It doesn't show a bad story other than the ledger board is not really connected to the house very well. Let's get a little closer look. All right, so we've got the wall here, right? We've got a little bit of vinyl, which pulls a little bit. Got little spacers. Got bolts every so often. But from what I've been told, this is not done right, because they didn't mount the ledger board properly to any of this. I'm not a deck guy. I don't know what's wrong, but apparently it ain't done right. So that's a problem. Algae, whatever, growing on these joists. And it sounds reasonably sound, right? All right, we are underneath this deck in a very fun area. There's a couple of support beams on this part of the deck here. This is by closer to our garage area. We have like a laundry door that we can kind of gain access to this part of the deck. And I'll try to show you how curved and screwed up it is, but I don't have a whole lot of crawling room. Look at this to see this part right here. Can you see that that header board on the left there does not touch the support beam at all? There's about a good 3-inch gap. This one here, there's at least a 1-inch gap. That one there seems to touch. And those ones over there seem to touch. The problem is that post right there sank, and that means the stuff above him isn't secured. Let's see if I can get a little closer. I'm near another problem like that here. I'll show you this one a little closer too. Easy. This is another beam here, and we can kind of clearly see it there. It looks like things are resting on it properly, right? Those joists are all touching, right? Except for him. Let's look at him a little closer. Does that look good at all? I can get my hand underneath there, right? You can see the screw right there. No screws there holding anything. Got a nice little split. Well, they got two of these things butted against each other, but only one has a screw, and he's not going into anything. That's a lot easier to see, isn't it, right? Well, he's got a problem. If you look in the back, we got the house on the left side, see? The deck as we're going to the right. See that little sport, you know, whatever, he's a joist, whatever, 90 degree with these other guys? He's at an angle. Why? I don't know. That kind of shows his deck is not level. I know I'm seeing daylight in the area I probably shouldn't be seeing daylight. Let's look. We're going to get closer to that daylight area so we can take a look there, because this is what's leading to a major problem. And that's about as close as I'm going to get, because these rocks are kind of painful. So, can you see that? You got a joist that's butted against an end. I don't know exactly what you call it. You got joists that go left and right and fore and aft, right? So they're touching each other. But look at that big beam under him, right? Don't you think they shouldn't have daylight between this one long one here? I mean, I think I can see screws. And there's some daylight underneath that one. So he should be resting on him. He's not. That one looks better. And that one over there looks better too. We think the culprit is that guy sank into the ground and took him along with him. He's going into the, this is the basement wall. This is part of the foundation, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And he's just chowing. He's just chilling, right? Connected him. But they're referring to this as a freestanding portion of the deck. It's not really mounted to the house properly. This boards here, they're not flashed all that well. It's just a mess. Got a lot of daylight coming through some nail holes, a little rotting going on, but it's a mess. Got all kinds of daylight coming through that stuff. So this is why we're just going to get all this ripped out, because it's a mess.